live on the Square and Compass live stream. This is going to be a shorter live stream than normal because I am lucky enough and blessed enough that I am traveling. I'm here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I had an amazing visit here with family, with friends, seeing a lot of my Manitoba brothers, which has been absolutely incredible. But now I'm here and I want to talk for a few minutes about the history of Freemasonry and the Canadian Prime Ministership. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. Prime Ministership, Premiership. Ryan McKee says, hello, Ryan. Welcome to stream number 2. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. By the way, I'm just going to mention this because I'm here now and can do it. If you get the chance, and this is anybody on the stream, I want to do this now while I have the time. Patreon.com/squareandcompass. You can easily head to that link. Sign up to be a Patreon member. You can do it completely for free. Doesn't have to cost you anything. Free memberships are available. Welcome back, Dad, as well. By the way, Ryan, how did Coffee Club go? I missed it the past few days. So sadly, I haven't been there. Well, sadly because I miss it, but not sadly because I love the travel. But nonetheless, I hope you are doing well, and I hope the Coffee Club is going well. Let's give it, let's say, a few minutes just to see who else jumps on to say hello. And then, as always, we will start the actual discussion. I'm going to start about 15 minutes in, and again, the history of the Canadian Prime Ministership and Freemasonry, because there are some really, really cool connections worth exploring. And if any of my Canadian peeps are watching, hope that you guys have voted. It's been good some days, and other days are great. I mean, I will, if that is our range, good to great, I will take that. I will take that happily. That's what you want. I'm looking forward to being back there soon enough. It's going to be really, really special and a lot of fun to return. My knee almost got me. My knee almost got me, but you didn't. Hey, how's it going? I hope that you are doing well. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you hit that like button and subscribe button. Well, tell the guys I'm missing them as well. You didn't get me. I didn't quite say it. But I hope everybody on the stream is doing well. As always, please take a moment, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you can, I'd truly appreciate it. Today is election day in Canada, hence we will be talking about the history of the Prime Ministership and Freemasonry. In November, for the American election, I did a live stream about the history of the American presidency and Freemasonry, which was really cool. There's a ton of fascinating facts and information about that. And so I decided in this case to do one about the Canadian Prime Ministership. By the way, if you are joining us, please take a moment, hit the like button and subscribe button. Are you Canadian? Asks Oliver. Yes, I am. Born and raised in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Then lived in Ottawa for a couple years. Then and currently live in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. So I am Canadian and very happy to be so. That doesn't, all this. One thing I will say is, I've talked about this in the past, Canada is the greatest country in the world. I truly believe that. Because we have the greatest neighbor in the world, I am not a huge fan of Trump. I don't like him at all, to be honest, but that doesn't mean that my love for the United States is any less. I did vote. I voted early. Always vote early. Actually, if people are interested in my, political views, this channel is dedicated to Freemasonry. Um, and so I try not to talk too much about my political views on this channel, um, especially when it comes to Canadian side of things. But I do have my personal YouTube channel, which you guys can check out, where I talk more about things I'm interested in, things I enjoy talking about, things I love. And in that case, we talk about different things like scary movies, politics, things like that. Dennis, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dennis. I hope you are doing well. It can for sure, Nikolai. By the way, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If you get the chance, I hope you'll hit the like button, subscribe button, the support us on social media, all that good stuff. But welcome, Nikolai. I'm not sure if you've been on here in the past. If you haven't, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let me know how you found us. Same thing with Oliver the skier. I don't think you've ever been on here before, so if you haven't, let me know how you found us. Was it just suggested to you by YouTube? And let me know how it's going. And as always, please take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button. I would truly, truly appreciate it. I have been having, as I was saying, this stream is going to be different than the normal stream. It's going to be a lot shorter because I have been traveling. I'm currently in Winnipeg, Manitoba, where I got to attend, amongst other things, I got to attend the 150th Grand Lodge or anniversary of the Grand Lodge of Manitoba. It was an incredible event. I hope that you guys, if you get the chance, will check me out on social media where I got some pictures, including a picture of me in a tuxedo. So, looking pretty fancy. I don't believe so. Well, thank you so much then, I guess, to YouTube for sharing this stream with people. And please, Nikolai, I hope you'll be so kind as to hit the like button and subscribe button. Damien DeGrasse. Oh, I sense a Canadian. I'm trying to keep my head in the sand today. I am a Canadian. Proud of it. Winnipeg, Manitoba, born and raised, then moved to Ottawa, then moved to Windsor. So, Damien, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you will be so kind as to hit that like and subscribe button, please. I understand a lot of people are trying to keep their heads in the sand when it comes to politics. This stream is about Freemasonry, so we're not going to talk much about politics in the modern times. I have my other channels for that. We are going to talk about the history of Freemasonry and the Canadian Prime Ministership. In November, for the American election, I talked about the history of Freemasonry and the presidency, which is all really interesting and really cool facts about that. But today, it's talking about the history of the history of Freemasonry and the Canadian prime ministership. Well, I appreciate the fact that it sounds cool. Like I said, hit that like and subscribe button as always, etc., etc. We'll start talking about it in another, let's say, 5 minutes to give people a chance to jump on. And thank you to everybody who's checked out my other stream as well. Truly appreciated that also. One thing I've been doing a lot is trying to do more quizzes. Who is running for PM? Well, the two kind of people who are in the realm to get it would be either Mark Carney for the Liberal Party or Pierre Poilievre for the Conservative Party. Then you have the other party leaders, Jagmeet Singh for the New Democrats, but they are the NDP is not really in the running to become prime minister or to form government, but yeah. So Carney or Pierre Poilievre basically are the two options. As always, all opinions are my own, etc., etc., all the things I always say. But thank you to everybody who's joined us so far. Damien, let me know how you came across our stream. Was it just random surfing as well, or was it suggested to you through the YouTube algorithm? All that good stuff, all those good questions. But I guess what we'll do maybe is we will get started in a second. All right, well, oh, raised eyebrow. Oh, the algorithm sent me. The most important question is, are you a Jets fan? Damien DeGrasse, I am going to sadly make you upset. I'm a bad Canadian. I never got into hockey, unfortunately. Because when I was born in 83. Like the Jets left, I think in 85 or 86 or something from Winnipeg. They came back, obviously. So I never really got into hockey. For me, my sports I liked, I was in track as a kid, but then I always really liked professional wrestling. And I used to watch CFL, so Blue Bombers fan. Dennis, not for me. That's not the obvious choice, but I think people will have different opinions. I talked about my personal political views on my other channel, which here, let me share the link for that one with you guys. So if you guys want, I hope you'll subscribe to that channel as well, where I talk about some of the things, my personal political opinions, as well as I talk about other things I love, such as scary movies, etc., etc. But by the way, raised eyebrow, good to see you as well. I hope that you are doing very well. And thank you so much for being back on the stream. It's great to have you. Here you go. Here is my personal channel. Let's hear it, raised eyebrow. What's the news? I'll be back on Thursday. Thursday for the Harmony Lodge official visit. I'm looking forward to doing a great presentation at the lodge about it. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I can't wait to return. So I guess maybe I'll try to be at the coffee club on Friday. No promises, but I'll see if I can make it. Okay, so in the meantime, let's talk about this day's subject, the history of the Canadian Prime Ministership and Freemasonry. Several Canadian Prime Ministers were Freemasons. There were 6. There have been 22 Prime Ministers in Canada since 1867, when Canada was founded. So of the 22, 6 of them have been Prime Ministers. Sir John A. Macdonald, Sir John C. Abbott, Sir Mackenzie Bowell, Sir Robert L. Burden, Richard Bedford Bennett, and John Diefenbaker. John Diefenbaker was actually the final Canadian Prime Minister to also be a Freemason, and he also, in 1963, visited my home temple, the Windsor Masonic Temple. So how cool is that we had a Prime Minister brother in my home Masonic building. My partner, who previously gave me an ultimatum. Good. That's awesome to hear, raised eyebrow. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that is the case. And I look forward to hearing more about your Masonic journey. So that's wonderful. I'm related to John A. Macdonald. That is awesome, Ryan. I did not know that. That's very cool. So Sir John A. So in terms of the 6 Prime Ministers who were Freemasons, Sir John A. Macdonald, 1867 to 1873, and then in 1873 as well. He was Canada's first Prime Minister. He was initiated into St. John's Lodge No. 5 in Kingston in 1844. He was also named the Grand Representative of the United Grand Lodge of England near the Grand Lodge of Canada. Sir John J.C. Abbott, the 3rd Prime Minister from 1891 to 1892. He was initiated into St. Paul's Lodge number 374 in Montreal in 1847. Sir Mackenzie Bowell, he was a prime minister from 1894 to 1896. Sir Robert L. Borden, 1911 to 1920. He was a prime minister during World War I, at that time the Great War. Richard Bedford Bennett, he was the prime minister during the Great Depression, 1930, 1935, or one of them anyways. Prime Minister who was a member, and John Diefenbaker, 1957 1963, the 13th Prime Minister known for his public displays of his Masonic affiliation. So going back to the first, where it all started. Oh, sorry, raised eyebrow. That journey can finally really begin. I'm pretty excited and reached out to the member who's going to mentor me for a while. Awesome. That is very cool. And I hope that you will keep me informed and keep all of us informed on your journey, but it's wonderful to hear. So going back to, let's go back to where it all started. As a Mason, Sir John A. Macdonald, first Prime Minister of Canada, was initiated in ancient St. John's Lodge number 3 at Kingston in Upper Canada on March 14, 1844, passed the second degree April 22, 1844, and raised June 27, 1844. It does not appear that he was master of any lodge, but remained a member till his death. On July 23rd, 1875, he affiliated with Zetland Lodge number 326, Toronto, on the proposal of James Norris and J.G. Burns. He was made a life member of Ottawa Lodge in 1888. He was exalted as a Royal Arch Mason in Victoria Chapter, St. Paul's in Montreal in 1847, and later became a member of the Cataraqui Chapter number 12 in Kingston. His Royal Arch Jewel bears the date 1847, later passed to Robert Spence, John Lash, Kenneth Dustin, Dr. Lewis Riggs. The jewel is now on display in the Masonic Temple, Davenport and Yonge Street, along with his apron and sash. The minutes of St. Paul's Chapter, Toronto, for December 14th, 1898 read, with fitting comment, Comp John F. Lash presented the Royal Arch apron and sash and ram jewels, all of which had historical interest, being a former property of and worn by our late companion, the Right Honourable Sir Johnny Macdonald of St. Paul's RA Chapter, Montreal. In making this presentation, Comp Lash referred to the personal friendship existing between Companion Dunstan and himself, and expressed his assurance that Companion Dunstan's Masonic career would justify passing these valuable relics into his keeping. Companion Dunstan offered his grateful thanks for the honor thus conferred upon him by this legacy. So basically, to go back through to give kind of a overview of the 22 prime ministers in Canada since 1867. 6 have been Freemasons. The first, Sir John A. Macdonald, who was a member of St. John, or was initiated into St. John's Lodge number 5 in Kingston, and was active in the Royal Arch, or the York Rite as we call it. The final prime minister to also be a Mason was John Diefenbaker, who was the most public in his displays of Masonic affection. That was in 1963. Other notable Masons who were also prime ministers was Richard Bedford Bennett, who was the prime minister during the Great Depression, or at least the start of the Great Depression, the first 5 years of it approximately, and Sir Robert L. Borden, who was prime minister during World War I. So Freemasons were pretty important parts of various historical prime ministerships, I guess. Raised eyebrow, that journey can finally really begin. I'm pretty excited and reached out to the member who's going to mentor me for a while. That is awesome. Wonderful to hear, and I hope that you have a great mentorship journey. And I hope you keep us informed. Just don't rush it, right? Just take your time. There is no rush at all. You want to take your time and enjoy the process. It's very easy sometimes to get overly rush and burn yourself out. So take your time and enjoy the process. And with that, I'm going to give it, let's see, a few more minutes just to see if anybody else jumps on to say hello. Raised eyebrow. I don't intend to rush it. I'll give it a year to really immerse myself. Good for you. Enjoy the process and let us know how it goes. I agree. I thought it was really cool as well. So, um, I love the history of Freemasonry in various forms, including the history of it as it relates to prime ministerships, presidencies, premierships. The first 12 premiers in Manitoba were all themselves Freemasons. Manitoba, where I'm at right now. So I agree. I think it's really cool also. Let's give it a few more minutes because, again, this stream has to cut out early because I've got to grab some food and then go catch a flight back to Winnipeg. I'm going from there, though. So I'm going from there to beautiful Chicago. I'm going to see a White Sox game. And you know what I will not be doing? I will not be putting, under no circumstances will I be putting ketchup on my hot dogs. So deal with that, everybody. I have not. Ancestry.com. We do have a family member here in Winnipeg or Manitoba, I don't think I think they live in the county or the country, but who has created like a, whatchamacallit, who has created a, like a website with the family tree, and they've asked everybody to send in information about different family members to help them create the family tree. So, yeah, it might be kind of fun to check that stuff out. As always, if anybody is just joining us, please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe button. I would truly appreciate it. I hope you are enjoying this stream. I hope you enjoyed the facts. I've got a couple poll questions out, so we'll see how close I was to being correct in terms of what my thinking is for the in terms of the history of the Freemasonry and the Canadian Prime Ministership. So we'll see if people are answering those poll questions and who's all got it right. And I give the answers in this stream. So if you go there, want to feel smart, go to that page, and you'll get the chance to vote, or to answer the quiz, I should say. Let me know if you guys have been paying attention or not. In other news, I posted a few different things. I posted my some videos from the Grand Lodge of Manitoba's 150th, specifically a short of the music. It was wonderful music at the Grand Lodge anniversary, and so it's funny getting the chance to. I put on the thing there, right? Without music, life would be a mistake, by Nietzsche, which I agree with. It was an incredible band, Flatland Band, at the Grand Lodge of Manitoba. So that was really special and really fun, and I enjoyed putting up that particular video. Welcome. If you are just joining us, please take a moment to jump in the chat and say hello. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. At Manitoba's 150th, there was, which was crazy. He pointed out he had been a Freemason for exactly half the total age of the Grand Lodge. The Grand Lodge is 100. The Grand Lodge is 150. He'd been a member for 75 years, and his whole family. his kids were all masters and past masters of lodges, and he brought them all with him. It was really wonderful to see. So it was really, really impressive. Um, so credit to him for for being a Mason for that long, for making it out to celebrate the 150th. I mean, that was very, very impressive. And for his whole family too, because I am 41 and all I want to do is sleep and not do anything. And this dude is 97 and he's out there at celebrating the 150th anniversary of the Grand Lodge. So nothing but respect to him and nothing but respect to the entire Grand Lodge of Manitoba for an absolutely incredible weekend. Rondo Ellsworth. I am not. I was born and raised here, but I did not join in Manitoba. So I am not, unfortunately. I'd love to be one day. I'm a member, though, of the Grand Lodge of Canada in the province of Ontario, as well as I affiliated with lodges in Texas and lodges in Israel. I'm also considering affiliating with a lodge in England called Internet Lodge. I can't think of the name of it now, but an Internet Lodge in England, which I'm thinking of joining. And the Moon. Yes, and the Moon. Well, I mean, Tranquility Lodge out of Texas / the Moon. Well, I mean, I'm good friends with a lot of brothers in Texas. I've actually had a few on the stream in the past. Stanley, Omar, Amos, Payne, Brother Soap. So I knew about it, and then through my research, I found out about Tranquility Lodge, and so yeah, I joined. So it was I was lucky to have those friends. So I've been to Texas several times. I've done a few videos about it over the years, which I'll try to share at some point. All right, but I think, unfortunately, or fortunately, because I'm traveling and I love traveling, I do have to end this stream. I hope you found the information about the Prime Ministership and Freemasonry valuable, different. Actually, Ryan, since I do have to run, maybe I'll save that question and maybe I'll bring that up on another stream. The difference between Canadian emulation ritual and what I saw in Texas. Because there were some differences, but it was really cool. One of the differences, top hat. In America, the master wears a top hat, or in Texas, a cowboy hat. So that was really cool. I know, I agree. That is the most American in Texas thing, claiming the moon for Texas. But nonetheless, good for I gotta be impressed with the gumption of it all. Okay, brothers, thank you all so much, and friends and everybody who's joined. Thank you so much. Excuse me. Thank you so much for being here. I wish I could stay longer, but I still got to grab some lunch and then make my way to the airport, and then eventually make my way to Chicago. Glad you are here, Ryan. Thank you for being on both streams. And I will be, as I was saying, I will be not able to do as many streams as I'd like in the coming days because I'm going to be traveling. But just keep following me on social media. Hit that like and subscribe button, all that good jazz. And thank you all so much. I look forward to seeing all of you. Hopefully the next stream I can do will be on a Thursday. All right. Thank you guys so much.